So coming into a pose of relaxation, you can be seated in a chair, you can be lying on your mat, you could be lying on a bed. Check that you are comfortable. You could have your legs bent up if you're lying down to help ease the lower back, or you can have your legs long in Shavasana. If you're lying on your back, just having the arms slightly away from the body, a little bit of space between the upper arm and the rib cage, and the legs can either be bent up or they can be long with the feet flopping gently out to the sides. If you're seated on a chair, check that the hands are just resting comfortably on the thighs. You may need to have your feet on a block or maybe a couple of books just to make sure that you are comfortable. And then start to notice, become aware of how you find yourself today. Being aware of your physical body and the contact that you are making with the ground, with the earth, feeling the support that the earth is providing you with, and then noticing what's going on in your mind. We have busy monkey minds that allow ideas to pop in and out of our heads, and this is normal. But we're just looking for some space today between our thoughts. So maybe using the analogy that your mind is like a blue sky on a summer's day, and these thoughts are like little white fluffy clouds that pop up in the distance, and I want you to try and acknowledge that thought, that cloud, and then release it. You can deal with it later. And we use our breath to help us to do this. So now just taking your attention to the tip of your nose and allow yourself to follow that movement of air into the body and the gentle release as the breath leaves the body. Keeping your attention on your breath helps to bring your focus into the present. Keeping your attention on your breath and noticing the way the air is cool as it flows into the body, and then as it leaves your body, it's gently warmed. Keeping your attention on your breath. And being aware of how you feel just now. No judgment, you're just noticing your physical body, noticing your mind, and noticing your breath. A steady, easy, natural breath. So we're going to work through a breathing practice that I have learned, and it's just about extending our exhale, that breath that leaves the body, as when we extend our exhale, our body releases and softens. So I'd ask you now just to inhale through your nose, through your nostrils, and then just sigh your breath away. So inhaling through the nostrils, sighing your breath away. And see if you can just work with maybe 6 more sighing breaths. So it's inhaling through the nostrils, opening the mouth and sighing your breath away, working at your own pace, your own speed. Just continuing to sigh the breath away, and as you're sighing that breath, releasing it from your body, being aware of any sensations that you might be feeling through your body, any release as you continue to sigh your breath away. So maybe having 1 more sighing breath before you allow your breath to become natural, steady, and easy. So the second part in this breathing practice involves blowing, pursing the lips as if you were whistling, but we're not going to whistle, we're just going to be blowing the breath away. And the natural compression of your lips works to extend the exhale. So again, we're going to be working with about 6 breaths. Doesn't matter if it's 6 or less or more. So I'm going to invite you now just to inhale through your nostrils, purse your lips as if you're about to whistle, and then just blow that breath away. So it's an inhale through the nostrils, pursing the lips as if you were going to whistle, and then just blowing that breath away. So continuing at your own pace, just to inhale through the nostrils before you purse your lips and blow your breath away. And again, as you're gently blowing that breath away, becoming aware of how you find yourself, any sensations your body's telling you about. We have no judgment, so it doesn't matter. You might think, I feel nothing, but just continue working with the extension of the exhale, this blowing breath. So maybe having one more blowing breath as you inhale through the nose, purse the lips, and then just blowing that breath away. Before you then breathe naturally, a steady, easy, natural breath, keeping the attention inwards and noticing how you find yourself now. So the next practice in this series is a hissing breath, and I'll describe it and then you can try it. So initially you're going to be inhaling through the nostrils, and then I'm going to ask you to grin. Always makes me feel better, grinning, so that you can see your teeth, and then I'm going to ask you to hiss your breath away. So you can feel free to do either of the previous practices, or you can have a go at hissing the breath away. So we're working with about 6 of these. So it's inhaling through the nostrils, grinning so you can see your teeth, and then hiss. Inhaling through the nostrils, grinning, and hiss. So continuing to grin and hiss, and I like to feel that this particular version, sometimes in life things get a bit busy and lots of stress builds up inside you, a bit like a pressure cooker, and this is one way of getting rid of all that stress by just hissing it away. Imagine the steam leaving the edges of a pressure cooker as it's bubbling away. So just continuing at your own pace with another breath, another hissing breath. So you'll be inhaling through the nostrils, grinning, and then hiss. And again, after this one, just completing that practice and just breathing naturally, breathing normally. And again, keeping the attention inwards and being aware of how that makes you feel, any sensations that you're aware of. So the final one in this practice really works just to bring ourselves back to the present moment and to really look to get rid of any stale air in the base of the lungs. So if you are lying down and your legs are long, I just ask you to bend your legs up. Just keep your hands just gently where they are or on your thighs, staying where you are if you're seated, but then bringing the hands onto the upper abdomen, so just the area below your ribs. So both hands on either side, just below the ribs, and I'll describe what we're doing. You're going to be inhaling through the nostrils, and then you're going to draw back with the abdominals, so the navel goes back towards the spine. You can draw up the pelvic floor as well, and then you're going to release the breath in a loud ha. So you're really looking to get rid of any stale air in the base of your lungs. So we're just going to do 3 of these. So you're inhaling through the nostrils, drawing the abdominals back, and the pelvic floor comes up, and then you ha that breath away. So a couple more of these, inhaling through the nostrils, drawing up with the pelvic floor, back with the abdominals as you ha your breath away. Final one, last vestiges of stale air. So inhale through the nostrils, drawing up and back with those core abdominals and pelvic floor, and ha! That breath away. And then just gently allowing your breath to settle, becoming aware of how you find yourselves, perhaps opening the eyes and coming back to the moment and just being aware of how you are now. And then you can just continue with your daily life and feel free to examine bits of this practice, even if you're just outside taking your exercise, maybe just having a go at either hissing the breath or even blowing it out. Particularly if you notice that you're a little bit stressed, this is a really lovely one. Just sigh the breath away, and that instantly relaxes the shoulders and just produces a feeling of calmness. Namaste.